Thank you, Mayor. It is with great pride that I introduce the Reverend Michael Gray from the Old Orchard Beach United Methodist Church.
Thank you, Betsy. I haven't seen this many people gathered for a press conference since we announced the suspension of our bean suppers a couple years ago. So thank you all for being here today. Good morning. My name is Michael Gray, and I am a local pastor with the New England Conference of the United Methodist Church, and I'm currently serving in Old Orchard Beach, and I'm here today with my wife, Robin, and our daughter, Elizabeth. Yeah, you can clap for her. That's okay. She loves that. I'm a lifelong Mainer, and I have grappled with the issues of allowing gays and lesbians to marry. For most of my life, I've had conservative values and have at times been known as a self-avowed born-again Christian, a ditto-head and follower of Rush Limbaugh, and a listener and devotee. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks. And a listener and a devotee of even Glenn Beck. Wow, tough crowd. As a pastor whose faith has been the guiding force throughout my adult life, I had a very traditional view of what marriage meant. Looking back, I was pretty naive. I assumed that everyone thought the way that I did, and I thought that I had all the answers, especially on those biblical issues like homosexuality. But over time, I met more and more gay and lesbian singles and couples here in Maine. And to my surprise, I found faithful LGBT church members and even some LGBT seminary professors. Who would have thunk? But what I learned was that gay folks are no different from me in all the ways that truly matter. In their relationships, they want the same things that my wife and I want: a home where they can raise a family, a community where they can be active and involved, and a partner who they can spend the rest of their lives with and count on through good times and bad. I realize now that love and commitment that they have can be the same as that of mine and my wife's. I not only support their right to have the freedom to marry if they are lucky enough to find someone that they love, I also think that it is imperative that the state treat and protect these relationships and the families that they create in the same way that my family is treated and protected. And it is for this reason this afternoon that I will be submitting an application to the Secretary of State's office to put forward a ballot initiative to allow marriage for all Maine families. Now, as a pastor who continues to work through this issue, I understand that there are many disparate religious views on this subject. The congregation that I serve is not of one mind on this subject, and I also happen to be a clergy person in a faith tradition that is struggling mightily with issues involving sexual orientation. I know how important it is to ensure that churches and clergy in Maine are protected from having to perform any marriage that violates their own tradition's beliefs. But I can say with confidence that the ballot initiative I will be submitting later today will not affect how different religions choose to define marriage within their religious rights. The law would actually strengthen religious protections for churches in Maine to continue to recognize and celebrate only those marriages that they deem faithful to their interpretation of marriage. In closing, I have to tell you that I have spent a lot of time studying and celebrating the Christian scriptures. In all of my study, the ongoing story I have encountered is of a God who favors the oppressed and holds those with power to a higher standard. I stand here today as a person that really has nothing to lose. But I'm doing this today because my LGBT friends and neighbors, people that I love and respect, have everything to gain. Thank you very much. And Betsy, I want to be the first to give a donation today. Thank you very much.